Peace and love, beautiful souls, as we center ourselves in this presence. Center our thoughts in this presence. Center our minds in this presence. Centering our very essence in this presence, because this presence is us. As we're reminded who and what we are, we welcome the power of the Holy Spirit, that whole part of us to remind us we are enough. That we were created to be enough. We was created to have more than enough. We were created to live and to be and have our being in this presence that created us in His image. And we begin it with Thanksgiving today, being mindful that the very thoughts of who we are was already destined, was already planned, that was already purposed, that was already ordained, that is. And is a active in a very present word. And it is a verb. Is. And God said, he who worship me must worship me in spirit and in truth. And that just reminds me how I am just a body. I am using this body as an instrument to move and be an expression of who I really am. And that is the presence of having more than enough. Not never compromising who I am and being me unapologetically. And having the faith and the boldness to believe in the things that the world say is impossible, and the world wants me to be like, okay, just be realistic. But nothing about Jesus or this thought or this symbolic of Jesus was realistic. It always thought more than enough. It always thought above and beyond what this physical or this third dimension said. It already spoke in presence, in the present tense, not in past tense. I always spoke in the present tense. I and my Father are one. And I read, as I move forward, I declare great things over your life. I declare a abundance and a awareness. And that's what I always say, because that once you know that abundance, once you know that awareness of who you are, you begin to shape and shift the things that's going on around you, because you shifting and changing everything within you. And that's how everything works. Everything starts within first, and then everything on the outer begins to shift and move, because you're no longer that person. You no longer think like that. You no longer act like that. You no longer respond like that. You no longer see things like that. So everything else has to move. Either it's going to line up and move up to where you are, is going to line up and move out of your way. And I'm reminded of that. And I know that. And now that I know what I know it's not my job to change anything and anybody around me. My job and my responsibility is to change me, to change within me. And everything else has to line up accordingly to what I'm thinking and how I'm feeling and how I respond. And that's just the way it is. And I'm grateful to be in this season of my life, because I stand boldly in this presence and knowing and declaring things for my life and saying, no, I'm not begging for what's already mine. I'm going to stand in alignment with God, with what God says about me, how God sees me, how God expresses Himself through me, and I'm giving it full access to me. I no longer look at how things used to be. I look at things how I want them to be and how I desire for them to be. And I know there are no longer desires, because if I think it, is God thinking through me. And it's just amazing how this presence really works. So I declare a awareness and a wisdom to know that you are more than enough. You have always been enough, and you're worthy of the best, and you've always been worthy of the best. And nothing is too good to be true. Nothing is too good to last, and nothing is too good for you, because of who you are. As you stand in the presence and say, this is mine, this is what I believe, I can, I will, and I receive, I am this. And so be it. So I read the verse that I read today that really just took it off for me it said, Jesus replied, I am the bread of life. He who comes to me will never hunger, will never be hungry. And he who believes in me, believes in and cleaves to and trusts in and relies on me will never thirst anymore at any time. And anytime, as long as I am conscious that I am conscious of, and that as long as I am conscious that there's a presence within me, there's a presence that goes before me, there's a presence that relies on me to trust in it and depend on it, and just set my intentions on what I want in life. Those things has to take shape for me. Those things has to take form for me. And I know now my praise is the highest things that I can do in the beginning of my day. And it's me. It's my call. It's my responsibility to set the tone of my day. What I turn on first, what I look for first, what I see first, how I respond first, what I say first, what I think first, what I like, everything that I do as I rise in this day that was gifted to me all determines and set the tone of my day. And I like, if I set my tone on drama and I set my tone on peace, I'm going to create both of those experiences. I am. And if I set my tone on just peace, regardless of what goes on in a day, there's an energy about me that only sees the peace in things, that only sees the love of things, that only sees the abundance of things. But if I set the tone and I'm doing this, and I'm creating, and I'm looking at all these, and I'm looking and paying attention to all this that's going on before me, I'm going to create multiple different experiences, creating either the peace and the chaos and peace, the peace and chaos. I'm at a point in my life that I just want peace. I just want peace. I'm at a point in my life that I just want abundance. I'm not looking at if my bank account say something that I don't want to see. Okay, I declare that this is my budget now, but what's coming from me is on its way. And I declare, if I feel like I'm not being loved enough, I'm like, okay, God created me in His image. There's no separation. I'm loved beyond what I can even imagine. If I see something that I've seem like it's not working, like how this third dimension wanted to work, I say, no, all things are working together for my good. And if I hear something that I don't want to hear, I say, no, I'm the head and not the tail. I'm above and not beneath. I'm a lender and not a borrower. And if I feel like something is coming against me, I say, no weapon formed against me shall prosper. And everything that rises up against me in judgment, that will be condemned. I'm setting my power up to defeat what's trying to come against my mind, my body, and my spirit. And it's my responsibility. And there's always that still small voice in my head that wants to, override what the power of God says about me, what my true self really says about me. And it says, stop trying to get validations from things and people when I've already told you, when I've already declared it, when I've already spoken to you in spirit, what I've said that is coming to pass in your life. Remember, I told you, do not remember the former things, which is what your mind trying to tell you, which is your mind, that mind of yours is up for survival. That your mind is here to set you up to survive the chaos, survive this reality. When I told you, but you have to come up a little higher. The brain it equips you to live in survival mode, but I've equipped you to live in a spiritual mode, which I've already, when I told you my yoke is easy and my burden is light, that means I'm going to move past, I'm going to do supernatural things, I'm going to do the miracles that people in this world says that you can't do. So stop trying to get validation, stop trying to get confirmation from things and people when I've already told you. I already spoken life in you. I already spoken those things to you in your still moments. I already spoken to you in those silence moments. I already spoken to you in those moments where you feel like when you needed me to speak to you. I already spoken it to you. So stop looking for validation. Stop looking for confirmation. And I don't know who this message is for, but that God presence is your survivor, is your redeemer, is your provider, is your way maker. Is your healer. It's just everything that you could ever need, and you don't have to look for nothing else. He said, you cleave to me. As you cleave to me, you will never need anything at any time. Never need anything at any time. So that means there's a divine place, divine time, divine interaction, divine connections. There's divine order. There's divine time. There's divine in every part of your day today, right now. So rely on that spirit that's within you, and watch how it shields you. Watch how it protects you, and watch how it guides you. Watch how it does things that you don't even believe, you didn't even know it was coming. That's your birthright. It's yours. So receive it and believe it that it is yours. I love you and you cannot take it back. And remember, you are crafted by greatness. Grateful.